I was channeling and meditating yesterday of the sun arising on the earth. It's like we've come out of a great black storm or a deep dark night, and the sun is rising. This will be another energy update video. The last couple of weeks have been a massive turning point, globally, individually. And doesn't it make you wonder the brilliance that lies ahead? I'm so optimistic about the significant impact that individuals have been having. You know, here's an interesting thing. The Savior does never exist externally. The Savior is always within. And yes, we have people that maybe externally represent a figure, or they may be a leader that represent that saving force. However, it is really the individual force behind that, or the momentum of the people, that brings about change. I think we've started to just realize how powerful we are individually. When we work hard, when we stand for truth, when we stand for what we believe in. This whole new earth, this whole new paradigm is all about the empowerment of the self. The empowerment of community when we come together with a common goal and cause. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. Evolution is a moving momentum, a moving force. And there is much work to do to shift away from the old paradigm of domination, control, manipulation, greed, into this new empowered paradigm of empowerment, of prosperity, of innovation. But we're going through that shift now. And, you know, I'll say this from my perspective. We're over the worst of this. We've made the shift already from our darkest days. No denying, has it been a truly remarkable time over the preceding years of darkness, of challenge, of adversity for those that stand in truth and in light. And I just got this image when I was channeling and meditating yesterday of the sun arising on the earth. It's like we've come out of a great black storm or a deep dark night, and the sun is rising on the horizon. This message is optimistic because I'm optimistic. In fact, I haven't been this optimistic in such a long time because I know what is coming. I know because I've seen it in visions. I've researched it on a innovation level of some of the technologies that will be available to us, some of the advancements, some of the pivots we're making towards light and truth. One of the major themes that has gone on recently is that over the last 20 years, we've been shifting out of a more dense vibration into one where truth is able to prevail at a widespread level. And that means that the calibration of human consciousness has arisen to the level of truth. Now, not everybody is going to calibrate at that higher level, but predominantly, most of us have. And what that means for us personally, what that means for us globally, is that things that have been able to manipulate us and deceive us and lie to us, those narratives, those things that have blinded us and deceived us in the past are no longer effective. Everything from mainstream media to what the experts say. Isn't it interesting how a lot of the experts have been so wrong? And we've seen it in recent years, from academia to every form of authority. I love this because what it does is it separates knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom is intrinsic. Wisdom is your true nature. Wisdom is your higher awareness. And that higher awareness has been rising and coming more to the forefront. We live in times of great change. We haven't completed this task. We haven't finished. We're just beginning. Even for me, one of the things that I'm trying to work out, what I'm trying to discover is, what is my specific contribution? How do I pivot my work to be most effective? What I'm learning is I've just got to get out there and do stuff. Put out the videos, put out the content, understand what resonates, what doesn't, and move with the momentum of it. I was focusing on putting out others' work and people that I'd greatly admired. But for many different reasons, that just was not sustainable. I had to pivot into a new direction. And although that direction isn't fully clear for me, I'm stepping out into the unknown, not knowing the full picture, but trusting the process. This time is about trusting, about believing, about optimism. And I'd gotten discouraged personally, all of the stuff out of there. You know how I dealt with this? Many of you might have gone on a similar journey as I did with this. I went into denial about a lot of the things going on because it was too hard to face. Whatever we resist is going to persist. It's so important that we really face fearlessly those things that we're afraid of. And we learn to step into our power. Now, you might fully not comprehend, like I do, what your full power is. But nonetheless, to do it anyway. To just put yourself out there and to trust the process. I sense, I see, I know we're going to start to see some huge changes over the next 6 months that perhaps we have not seen in our lifetime. It's going to cause chaos on some levels. People that are unaware are going to have a difficult time. Those of us that are aware have already had a very difficult time. And that was the hardest thing for me during the previous years, is to be awake and aware during times where it seemed like we were out of control. And I think it's going to get easier for us that have been awake and aware, because we're starting to move into what we've been manifesting and believing for. Those that are not yet at this point are probably going to have a tough time as they awaken and navigate. And perhaps that's your role, is to help some of those people as they're waking up now. You know, years ago, I saw this happening in phases, this mass awakening of humanity. But it wasn't happening all at once. It was happening in phases. I think we've already at least had 2 big phases of people waking up. Mine happened many years ago. And during the pandemic, this was another stage of great human collective awakening. And I sense as well, and I perhaps would love to hear from you in the comments, is I sense we're on the precipice of a 3rd great awakening just now over the next 6 months. What do you think about that? Does that resonate with you? So these are very profound times, very exciting times. I think the main agendas, if you like, of fear and manipulation are behind us. And I think we are ready now to stand up, speak out, put ourselves out. And although we don't know, and I'm included in this, what the full effect of what we're meant to be doing is going to be, but just do it anyway. So I created a video, I'd love for you to watch it, on 11/11, where I was talking about this. And I'm just going to keep getting on, unscripted, sharing my truth, my voice. And perhaps that's my cathartic moments to make sense and understand more of what my contribution is. I hope and trust this message resonates. I love hearing from you in the comments. Please like and share. That really helps me get this type of information out to more people.